Hello, everybody. I think it's all working. Hey, that's a lot of sodium. How you going? Hey, after soda. Hello from Stockton, California. Just gonna get this all set up. Put a link in the chat if anyone wants to come up and join the chat. Yeah, I went prospecting yesterday for some sapphires. I got a couple of little sapphires, but we had a few incidents. I told the girls to stay out of the water, and as soon as we got there, Haley went in the water, slipped in the water, and probably 2 minutes later, I looked around and Cody was in the water. Hunter, Golden Egg, she'd gone in the water too. So they'd both gone in the water. They were both soaking wet, so I had to go back and get them changed. And Michael Kittle, how you going, mate? I'm doing good. That's a lot of sodium. So I had to go back and get them changed, and then we came back and we did a bit of prospecting for a little bit, and they decided to sit down and eat all the food in the bag, everything. So all the food I'd bought for the whole day, they ate them in about 10 minutes. Hey, Elite Comics and Cards, how you going? We did all right. We got a couple of sapphires, but we had a few incidents. Like I was there prospecting away in my hole, digging away, and I could hear this noise, slight sound coming towards me. So I looked up, and there's a brown snake coming straight at me. And Australian browns are some of the most venomous snakes in the world. Not where we are. That's a lot of sodium. Where I go prospecting, you do get potch, but that's only like white opal, and it's not real good. If you want good opal, you've got to go out to Lightning Ridge, Broken Hill. That's about 7 hours away from here. And so when this brown snake came at me, I absolutely freaked out. And I jumped up out of the hole and started screaming and started running, like running to the girls to get them away from it. And they're like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Hey, Elite Comics and Cards." And I'm like, "There's a snake. Stay away." It was very frightening. Yeah, brown snakes are real bad. And they're aggressive too. They come at you. Oh, how you going, Nick? Oh, so that's your second channel. I'll have to make sure I've got you there, Nick. Do now, Nick. Awesome. That's looking good. Your second channel looks awesome, Nick. Got everything set up nice. Yeah, so I'm uploading the video from yesterday now, but after the snake incident, Hunter was swinging the phone around on my selfie stick, and the phone went flying out of it, landed on a rock, and broke the phone. So whenever you're doing, hey Coin Captain, whenever you're doing videos out in the wild outside, as it is, make sure to save your video to your SD card, your memory card, and not your actual device. Because when your device breaks, that's the end of that. But you can always pull your SD card out, put it in another phone, and get your videos back. So last night I did that, fixed up a new phone, got the new phone going, put the SD card in that one, transferred it over. It took all night to send it via Bluetooth. Hey, Janine. Slip in your boot, they won't bother you, mate. Oh, Janine, the brown snakes in Australia, they're some of the most venomous in the world. Hey, South Carolina, how you going, mate? Yeah, so I was very, very lucky that the video that I did manage to get was saved to my SD card. And normally I save everything to just the phone memory, but thankfully the captain set it up for me the night before I left. So I was very lucky on that. But I didn't get to go up and take pictures of the rocks that I wanted to show you and all that sort of thing because I had no phone. So I'm thinking about taking a backup phone with me so I can, if something happens to the first one, I can always pull the second one out and use that to record. But it was a lot of fun. And so after about probably about an hour, Golden Egg, she's still a bit sore from falling on her head the other day. So she went back and sat in the car. And me and Hunter kept going for another couple of hours. Hunter was really good. She got in and had a go and wanted to learn and actually tried the sieving. She actually had a go at doing the sieving. She couldn't quite get it right, but she actually had a go. Around me in CT, we have what's called brown grass snake, and they are super docile, non-venomous. I find babies in the fall and play with them. Oh, wow. Well, the Australian eastern browns, they're venomous from birth. They're deadly from birth. Oh, cool, Stephen. You're welcome, mate. Thanks for letting me know, mate. That's awesome. Yeah, the browns, Australian browns, are venomous from birth, and they're some of the worst snakes in the world. You don't want to mess with an eastern brown. And unfortunately, Grab and Go and where we go to prospect for sapphires, it is full of brown snakes. So when I go along, I always hit the big rocks with my shovel really loud, bang, 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 like that, to try and tell them that there's people around to get away. But what happened was I was digging in my hole, so I'm digging away, scraping all the dirt, all the gravel out, trying to get all the sapphires out between the rocks, and I'm hitting it with my pick, and all of a sudden he's popped up out of a hole and started coming straight for me. So I must have disturbed him in his nest, in his hole. So he come after me. Yeah. Some of the snakes we've got here are pretty good. That's a lot of sodium. Like we had a red belly black snake here the other day, and you leave them alone. You always leave them be because they hunt out the baby browns and eat them. Do bears here the same way? Let them know you're around. Yeah, yeah. Don't surprise them because they'll come for you then. But brown snakes, they're quite aggressive. They will come after you. They're an aggressive snake, so you've got to be real careful with them. But it was so much fun getting back down into the ground, digging my hole out and scraping all the stuff out. I just wish it wasn't so far away. Like I wish we lived a lot closer to that spot. We'd go all the time. But, we are thinking of moving up to that area real soon. So hopefully within another year or two, we'll be up there and we can go prospecting there all the time. Plus, the benefit of living up there is that there's a place where you can go gold prospecting, probably about half an hour from that town, and that's the best place in New South Wales for gold nuggets. Well, one of the only places to get nuggets in New South Wales. In New England, we only have two venomous snakes, one of which is endangered, and the other would rather hide than not, and has a survivable bite. Oh wow, that's lucky. We're doing well, the Animal Papa. Thanks for stopping in and hitting the like, mate. Appreciate that. Yeah, so after jumping up and screaming and running for my life from the deadliest snake I know, We did get back in and have a go when it left. We watched it real closely and made sure it went away. And I was real brave, and I got the girls to stand guard over me to watch, make sure the snake didn't come back while I was head down in the hole. I was real brave, real brave. And the first sapphire we found, it was beautiful, clear blue sapphire. Could have been a bit darker. It's a bit light, but it could have been a bit darker. But so much fun when you flip your sieve over and you've got your concentrates in the centre like that, all the heavies, and the sapphires will sit on top of the heavy, so you can see them clear as day sitting there. It's like little specks of colour in amongst all the black and that. A red-footed tortoise. Oh, right. I can't wait to move up Crookville, because then we can take our pick. Then we can either get up and go sapphires or go the other way and go for gold. And I'll have to get a proper gold detector when I go there, proper metal detector. I've only got a Garrett Ace 250 at the moment, so it's only a real basic machine. So if I'm going to live somewhere where I can go and get gold nuggets, cool, Nick. If I can go somewhere where I can get gold nuggets, I'm definitely going to need to get an upgrade on the detector. So I'll see how that goes. Just want to come say hello, girls? Just doing a chat about prospecting. Do you want to tell them all how scared Dad was when he saw the snake? Yeah. Tell them.
No. He was really scared.
And he ran and screamed, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he look like a little girl running away screaming?
No.
No? You can embarrass me. It's okay. I don't mind.
He didn't. Not even a girl.
Arr, it's Mr. Doughboy. How you going, mate? Why is it when you're out treasure finding outdoors, there's always some spider or snake hanging around protecting those gems? Yeah, they call it the gem guardians ballad, Janine. They normally the river has really big leeches in there, and we call the leeches the guardians of the gems. So there's always something guarding them. There's always something you've got to. I was using sieves, Nick. I'm loading up the video now, so you'll actually see in the video how I hunt the sapphires. We don't use pans for sapphires, because then you're only going to find you get the little ones and all that. So what you do is you use two size sieves, and then you dunk them in the water and shake them up and down like that, and the heavies go to the centre. And then you dunk them in the water, and the rest of it piles out, and the heavies stay in the centre. So then you just flip them over and bang, it's done. So you can really move some material and search for sapphires really quickly. But if you go the panning method, it takes a lot longer and it's a lot more, you're going to get a lot of little ones. Hey, Kevin Rose, how you going, mate? Thanks, Kevin. So we tend to not use the pan for that very reason, because it takes so much more time. And then, but if you do use the pan, you can find really small diamonds up there. There is a diamond pipe somewhere up there, so there are diamonds there. But I find it very difficult sitting there for hours on end panning. So I prefer to get in and do the sieves, because you can really pump through the sieves real quick. I got two little sapphires even. We got interrupted by a snake, scared the hell out of me, a deadly brown snake. And then after that, Hunter dropped my phone and smashed it. So, but I got a couple of sapphires. I didn't push it too hard because I was down there on my own. I had a long drive home, so we had a lot of fun though. Hey Butch, 3Arch, how you going, mate? But we did get like the first sapphire I got was really nice blue clear one. And the second one's a bit bigger and it looks like a bit of a party sapphire. And party sapphires, you've got like blues and greens and yellows in it. Hey, coin collector Ohio, I really like the party sapphires now because you know they can create anything in a lab these days. You know they can create perfect gemstones. So, but they can't create the party sapphires. So some of your party sapphires can be really beautiful, and I reckon later on they're going to be the things that are collected the most, like a natural gemstone, something that can't be recreated in a lab. Yeah, no one got bitten, Kevin. I was in my hole and it come straight at me, and I jumped up and ran the stream. The girls were okay, but yeah, no, the phone's she bit the dust, but luckily I had everything saved to my SD card, not the actual phone itself, so I could take the card out and keep the video. Like the video was worth more than the phone in my point of view. I have a corn snake that wouldn't hurt anybody. Don't like those venomous ones. Yeah, apparently it's got a lot to do with the eyes. Like you can tell looking at the eyes of the snake whether they're venomous by whether they're slits or something along those lines. But I myself don't like snakes, but Tassie Adventures, he loves snakes. He's a snake wrangler, and he used to have a pet tiger snake of all things. And tiger snakes are really venomous. They're really aggressive too. But I wish I had Tassie there with me to save me from the snake. I would have been all right. Uh, it's a lot of fun though. I can't wait to go again. Hunter really got in, had a good go. She really wanted to learn, but she just couldn't quite get the whole sieving thing yet. It takes a bit of practice to get it down and pat. But when I first went prospecting up there, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to use the sieves properly or anything like that. And I'd just get all the material in there, dunk it up and down in the water and clean it, and then just scrape through the rocks looking for the sapphires. And the funny thing is, I actually found a really nice, decent, clear blue, greeny one in my first day doing it like that. I had no idea what I did, and I fluked it. So that was pretty awesome. Hey Malone Money, how you going, mate? Good. We got a couple of nice sapphires that we got scared off by venomous snakes. Ah, have that triangle shape. Yeah, maybe Tassie a little rough with snakes. No, Tassie loves his snakes. He's been a snake wrangler for a long time. He's got a video on him getting the tiger snakes out from his yard and that. Oh mate, Tassie's got some guts with him, eh? Like, oh, he's been bitten by him too. And hey Anthony, so he knows the effects of a tiger snake, like it does nerve damage to you when you get bitten by a tiger. So you really don't want tigers biting you. Yep, sapphires come in certain shapes. Hey, Cole Miles, how you going, mate? You get all different sorts of shapes and sizes, and you also get what's called a dog's tooth, and it looks for all the world exactly like a dog's tooth, rounded and pointed at one end, and they look just like a dog's tooth, and they're awesome because sometimes you can get like tiger stripes. You can get different colours in the dog's tooth, so it looks like a tiger stripe. They're awesome. I love me dog's tooth. I wish we could do a live from down there, but there's no reception down there because it's at the bottom of a valley. So you've got to drive down this valley, and yeah, so there's no reception or anything down there. We'd have to try and get a satellite phone or something to do a live stream from there. Colours. every colour of the rainbow, Janine. Blues, yellows, greens, red sapphires are rubies. A ruby is a sapphire. It's just a red sapphire. So every type of colour you could imagine, there is a sapphire of that colour. They even have silver sapphires and gold sapphires. And they're awesome, and I'm pretty sure I have a gold one, but I'm not 100%, but it looks golden. And when you hold it up to the sky, it's got a golden sheen coming through it. So hate diamonds, they might as well be glass. Yeah, there's not a lot to diamonds in my opinion. Oh yeah, Janine, they're absolutely beautiful, and they all have. A lot of them can have their own character to them. Like you got your party sapphires, and then you have different stripe ones. They'll have stripes through them, and yeah, so they can't manufacture them. That's the part that I like. They're hey, Placer Chaser, how you going, mate? They're original sort of things, you know. They're something you can't fake. It just come to give a little and say hi to everybody, the animal puppet. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Hey, Jeep and John, how you going, mate? Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Hunter's definitely keen to go down again and have another go at sapphires. She really likes it. She wants to find her own one. Golden eggs, she enjoys it, but she'd rather go and play and have fun. But I'm so addicted to chasing the gems. I love it. Once you get down there, like it's a long drive, but hey, majestic sounds of coins. But once you get down there and you're in having a go and you're digging up the material and you're taking it to the river and processing it, and that it's a lot of fun. And each time you get to flip the sieve over and reveal if there's any sapphires there, it's like, is it going to be a jackpot? Woohoo! And then when you hit something nice, you just start going, yay! It's an awesome feeling. You can't beat it. It's like winning the lotto, but you can win the lotto over and over again if you're lucky that day. You know, just depends on how lucky you are that day. Ah, it's a lot of fun. I wish I wish they hadn't closed down all the other places around here. Every year they seem to shut down more and more of the prospecting locations. So I just pray they don't do it down there. There was actually a bit of talk from the council up at Crookwell that they were going to make Crookwell a prospecting destination for like tourism, and they were going to open up a few extra prospecting sites so people could go down there and stay and go prospecting. Hey, Crispy, how you going, mate? Is that better for you, Crispy? Yeah. Hey, the Reeded Edge. Not bad, mate. Yeah, I got home a bit late yesterday. You'd already done your live stream. Sorry, I missed it, mate. Uh, to find the sapphires, you look for what's called spinel stones, and they're like pure black. They look exactly like a sapphire, but they're pure black, and you can spot them easily. They look like black glass. So when you're going through the rocks, you're always looking for little areas where you got a few bits of black glass. And if you see these little areas and there's a fair bit of the black around, you get in there and you have a dig and test that area, and that might be a rich area, it might not be. But yeah, the spinels are your tell point. Where you get a lot of spinels, you get a lot of sapphires. $500 this weekend after the last prospect. That's not bad. Place a chaser. Um, I haven't got any gold yet. Last time we went for gold, it was too cold, and the captain, was pregnant, and she wanted to come home the next day, so we ended up not getting any gold. And that was mainly she wanted to come home because all the rich people had all their massive big RVs there. So there was 10 massive big RVs all around our little tiny caravan, and they all had their big air conditioners going all night, so all night. We couldn't sleep there. It was freezing cold. So, but next time we go, we're going to hammer the gold. We've got a sluice, so we've got a dual purpose sluice set up, so you can set it up for gold, and you can also use it for sapphires as well. And that's a lot of fun when you get that pumping because you can really move material through it. And it was done by a local Aussie, my sluice. So and it does work. It works for the sapphires pretty well. But when you're doing gold, you've got to have your sluice on an angle like that. But when you're doing sapphires, you've got to like level your sluice out a fair bit, so it's not on as much of a slope, so they sit there more. Should have bought the Canon, mate. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wish I had a Canon when I saw that big snake. Hey, Travelling John, doing good, mate? Ooh, nice. 62 PCGS, Peace Dollar. Crispy kiwis, 12 to 15 degrees for gold. We do want to go for more gold, but it's even further away than the sapphires. So if we go for gold, it's more like 2.5 hour drive. So by the time you drive there 2.5 hours, get set up and hammer a bit of the gold, you're ready to come home, and then you got to do another 2.5 hour drive home. So yeah, the angle, yeah, that's correct. 12 to 15 degrees for gold. But when you're doing sapphires, you want your sluice nearly flat so that the sapphires will get stuck in there like they're stuck behind a rock and they won't move. It's 1923D. Awesome. Gold season's about over here. Yeah, well, after seeing that snake up there the other day, my gem season's almost over too, I tell you. No, I'll definitely be going back, but if I'm going to do it, I've got to get in soon because by the time it comes to summer, it's like 45 degrees there. Hello, Silver Giveaways. How you going? Yes, I got really nice clear sapphire yesterday. It all cut up really nice. But I wish that snake hadn't scared me off. It really gave me the creeps. So how you going, Silver Giveaways? I hope Susie's feeling better. It's a 4.5 hour drive to my gold claim. Yeah, so you nearly want to camp out when you go to places like that, don't you? Crispy, because the drive kills you. You know, once you've driven there, you're really tired. Take up waders in thick rubber, Richo. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I've got to get some waders so I can get into the river and start hunting bigger ones in the actual centre of the creek. I always like there's different ways you can hunt sapphires. You can dig really big, deep holes going for the old wash layer, the really old ones, or you can just go along the top and dig the recent flood layer, and there's good sapphires in that layer. But instead of having to dig, you know, a meter, 2 meters deep, you only have to go 100 mil deep. So I'm taking the 100 mil deep option. Entire weekend there, yeah. Yeah, I wish we could do that a bit more. Go up and spend the whole week there. Girls, stop fighting, please. What's going on? Oi, stop. Come on, please stop. Cody, give me one, please. Why do you do that all the time when I'm on live? They're fighting over a doorstop. You've got to love that. Bye, Read Ed channel. Thanks for coming, mate. You gonna come and say hello? Yeah, I want to go. I was talking to Aussie Stacker the other day, and he mentioned a bit about going down to Lightning Ridge and meeting up with me at Lightning Ridge and doing some opal prospecting. So I found that quite intriguing, and I'm going to look into that a little bit more. I want to fully set up camping off grid. Yeah, we used to have a little camper, Crispy, and one of them pop ones, and you pull the sides out and all that. We had one of them. We used to go down with that. Kevin got snow. Yeah, I saw he got record snow. Yeah, so you guys are going to be no garage sale soon and no prospecting. It's a hard life. We don't get that here in Australia. We just get cold and really hot. We don't get snowed in and all that sort of stuff. So if you get snow, you might get snow for a week if you're lucky up in the mountains, and that's it, and then it's gone. 1K on Great Brother and yourself. Yeah, when we were going up prospecting, we used to go through this little town called Crookville, and we fell in love with it. And it's a beautiful little town, and as you're driving along up there, everyone waves to you, and they talk to you in the street, and it's very nice, and people are great. And so we decided to buy a house there. So we sold off the camper van and a lot of other stuff we had so we could get some money together to buy a little house there. And we bought a really, really, really run down old house and did it up. And we used that as our prospecting base. We used to go down there, stay there, and then go down to the river. And it was only 20 minutes from the house. So we'd spend all day down at the river and then come home and have a house to stay at 20 minutes away. That was great. But we sillily bought another house, and now we've got to have them both rented out to try and pay all the bills. So yeah, it is crispy. I got really burnt there yesterday. I had shorts and t-shirt on, and I got my new burnt legs and burnt arms again. Yeah, it gets really hot really quick down there. It was surprisingly overgrown with blackberries this time. Like, I haven't seen it like that before. The blackberries are really spreading in there. I hope they don't take off too much, because then that'll block everyone off. No one will be able to get in there. Doing great here. Was a little overwhelmed going through stuff. You must be a glutton for punishment doing 2 channels, Nick. I find doing just 1 channel's hard enough. Do you tan or peel? I peel, Crispy. I'm English, Irish, Scottish. I'm like a northern person, Viking DNA and all that, so I peel, mate. I'm jealous. Yeah, no, it's I always end up with a tradie tan. And when I take my socks off, I've got like brown legs and then white socks, white feet. Everyone always picks on me about my white feet. No, I can't wait to go back up to Crookville again. A lot of the farms up there, they used to have small sapphire mines on their rivers. Like, every farm up there had a small wash plant and mining for sapphires, and they all closed down in the 80s when the price fell out of the sapphires. The price really dropped. So all the mines down there got closed down and forgotten about. No one does it anymore. Yeah, it is beautiful. Get called white socks. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, everyone picks on me about me white feet, because they really do stand out. Like, they're white feet. That's funny. Does it get really hot in New Zealand at all, Crispy? I think these are a bit lower. I think these are more down low near Tasmania. I don't think it gets as hot as we do. We get a lot of the heat from the desert. Like the desert heat is so extreme and it blows through in the wind. So the wind feels like you're in an oven. It just feels like you're getting cooked in a fan forced oven all day. So I have two channels. I run 4 Facebook groups as well. Oh wow, Nick! I used to go there for Kung Fu tournament. Ah, right. Yeah, no, it is beautiful here. The high 30s. No, 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 Crispy. We get the 40s, mate. The 40s. Yeah, no, I remember when I was growing up. When I was like 14, things changed. It used to be here in the Highlands, we had like a microclimate where it's different than places around. And it used to never get over 30. 34 was really hot here years ago. And now it's not too much to get a 44-degree day, 45. So a 46 is a real hot day now. Hey Anna, how you going? Oh, plus you do your photography. Wow, I love photography. One of my favourite shots was of the solar eclipse behind the moon one day. That was really nice. I got the moon with the sun behind it and the like a cliff and the ocean behind it all. It was a beautiful shot. I just wish I had a better camera to get a better shot of it. Yeah, I can't wait to go back down prospecting now. I've got the bug. It's a lot of fun. Anyone else had any good events or anything like that? Any good finds lately? I've got to go back and watch Crispy's 1500 sub giveaway thing too. I didn't get to watch all that. The kids came in screaming when I was watching it and I had to put my thing down. So I've got to go back and check that out. Hey Aussie Alchemist, how you going, mate? I was just telling everyone, hey Johnny Woodridge, I was just telling everyone how you suggested we go to Lightning Ridge one day and check out some opals. I'm quite keen to have a go at that. I was wondering whether you were thinking of trying to go down in some of the old shafts and search the old shafts, or whether you're just thinking of searching the tops or the open cuts. I was just wondering what your approach would be. Yeah, our summers are pretty long, Janine. Gets hot really quick and then lasts a long, long time. I had a nice blood moon that I did from the clip years ago. Yeah, it's nice when you get a good shot. No, Nick's back in his normal one. Your summers are there we go. Not bad. Just took a puppy for a walk, swim, whatever I can get access to. Nice. Couple of thaws today. They were really nice, both the tamers. One was PL. Oh, nice, Johnny. Yeah, I was just wondering, Aussie, whether you wanted to, if we ever went down prospecting for opals, whether you wanted to go the whole black light thing where you go out of the night and use the black light, because the opals will shine up in the black light. Yeah, I'm really keen to have a go at that. I've been thinking about wanting to go down in the old shafts and searching the old shafts, see if we can find a nice vein of opals. That'd be the go. Come away from there with 50 grand each. That'd be a nice little thing. I'm not greedy. that on that Opal show, you saw that better take Tassie to wrestle those snakes. Yeah, I'm not sure how bad the snakes are out there, Janine. I'm pretty sure there'd be a fair bit of them. Hey, Psycho Ducky! How you going, mate? Yep, must have blacklight. Sweet. Yeah, I was watching them two guys on there. One was a cuckoo clock man, and another guy was something else. I don't know what he did. He didn't do much. But they went out there and they got the big bag of opals. So I can't see why me and Ozzy can't do it. If those two jokers can do it, then me and Ozzy could do it. Bring a machete and a big one to take care of them snakes. Yeah, no, we'll bring Tassie along and we'll throw him at the snakes. Awesome, Psycho Ducky. You'll have to let us know next time you're doing the event down our way, Psycho Ducky, so we can come and catch you, come and meet up with you. Yeah, no, I've been dreaming about opals now, Aussie. So I'm pretty sure Lightning Ridge has the black opal. Am I right on that one, Aussie? Black opal at Lightning Ridge? Because black opal's one you want. Black opal's worth a lot of money. You get a couple of, you get a nice black opal like that, then she can be worth 10 grand. So pretty hard country though. We'd have to make it for winter time. You wouldn't want to go there in summer. You cook like they reckon you can cook an egg on your bonnet of your car up there in summer. Next on is Kings Langley in a fortnight. Kings Langley. All right. I'll write that down. Check it out. I got to come and meet up with you one day, mate. I've never met a fellow YouTuber yet, so Kings Langley. I'll check it out on YouTube later. I'll Google. Yep, Black Lightning Boulder in Queensland, White in South Australia. Yep. Yeah, so Lightning Ridge is the place to go. That's where if you hit Opal at all, you're going to hit big money. Black Opal, Janine, is really, really amazing colours in it. It really shines like fire, and it's got a bit of iron behind it, and then the sapphire will sit on top of it like a cake. So you have the black behind it, and that stops all the light going through, and that reflects all the light back through the opal, and it makes it really amazing. You get yellows, blues, reds, greens, really amazing colours in the black opal. Ah, cool, Psycho Ducky. Hopefully we can meet up one day. Oh yeah, Janine, they're beautiful stone. Nothing compares to them. Like you can get your opals out and you can turn them around like in your hand, just looking at them, and you can look at them for hours because you can never sort of get the same shine again. The prism, yeah, the light, it's just absolutely amazing. And they have other sort of finds there too. They have you can get shells from the old oceans and that sort of thing. You can get opalized shells. You can get opalized like squid bones and all that sort of thing. Opalized bits of wood. One guy found an opalized log, a small log, and he made a fortune out of that. I've seen. I worked for this guy once when I was younger, and he had a shed full of 44-gallon drums full of opal. Him and his father were doing it for years and years in the early days, and they cleaned up. They had so much money, and he said to me that his kids will never work, his grandkids will never work, and their kids will never have to work. They've got enough opal to last them generations and generations. So I thought that was pretty cool. I wish he gave me a drum. I only got a cup. I got 3 little stones off him. What turns it black? It's a band of ironstone underneath it, Janine, and that stops the light going through, and that makes it. It just makes the stone pop. I think it just has a lot to do with that stone behind it. Without the stone behind it, it's pretty ordinary, like it's just a normal colour one. So even if you find like black opal, you've got to find it with a nice band of ironstone behind it. Yeah, water, silicon, then add surrounding minerals. So it depends what's in the ground, how rich the ground is with minerals and stuff like that, as to what colours you'll get as well. Like when you go to South Australia, their opals aren't as good as Lightning Ridge. They're silica, yeah. Their their opals are more like a whitey colour, um, not as bright and not as shiny. Hey, found it buried. How you going, mate? Hey, Andrew O'Neill. Yeah, the opals in South Australia, they don't pop like a black opal does. The black opal really stands out. It's really sought after, and they used to be bought up by all the Japanese back in the 80s and the 90s. The Japanese used to buy up all the opal they could get their hands on. They bought up as much as they could get. We have a lot of ironstone there, yeah, but you need the original old inland sea where all the concentrated minerals seep down through the stones. It's quite rare. You can get it. I know there is a place in America where you can go and get opal, but it's a little bit different type of opal. But yeah, you can get opal in America. Hey, OC Amiga Shadow, how you going, mate? Finally made it. No sea here. Yeah, well, you would have had an inland sea there like a long time ago. You just probably don't know about it. Like a lot of land that's above the ocean now used to be below ground. Like most times when you find sandstone, that would have been under the water at one point in time. Yeah, I'm addicted to finding gems and opals and stuff like that. I always dream about it, so it'd be nice to actually finally go and do it. I live inland, no sea here. No, well, Australia used to have an inland sea in it millions of years ago, and all the silica and minerals and everything seeped through the rocks to layers underground, and those layers became opalized. So there's actually large areas that are opalized, but they only allow you to go to certain areas, so certain prospecting areas, and then they every sort of 10, 15 years they'll go and open up a new area and let people go and prospect in there. But they're pretty strict on how they manage it. So every area sort of gets hammered real bad. You know, there's not much of the area left that hasn't been dug up. When they did Mad Max, a lot of that was done out near Lightning Ridge, near all the opal fields and that. And you see a lot of the hills and the tunnels and all that were old opal mines. And in the opal areas, because it's so hot, they live in the old opal mines. They tunnel them out and make them like houses underground, and they live in those underground houses because it's too hot to live above ground. All you need is a little creek and some bedrock, and you're good. Yeah. No, see now, millions of years ago though. Yeah, it's funny how things have changed over the years. I wish we had dinosaur bones. I'd be out hunting dinosaur bones for sure. I reckon that's really cool. We um we don't really have dinosaur bones down here. If you want that sort of stone layer, you've got to go up to Queensland where it's exposed, and they're digging up massive big dinosaurs up in Queensland, but not so much in New South Wales. it's amazing when you look at the map of New South Wales at all the places where, or even Australia, the map, we've got what's called the Great Dividing Range, which is a mountain range running up the east coast of Australia, and that Great Dividing Range, all along it is gold, right along it. So there's more places that have gold than don't have gold. That's the surprising part. It's just everywhere. I got footprints in sandstone bird prints. Oh wow, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever found a fossil or anything like that. I've always looked but never found them. Nick lives 2.5 hours north of you. Oh right. Oh, you guys will have to catch up one day and do a metal detect hunt or something like that. Meet halfway. I was kind of hoping I'd hit a big one yesterday for the captain, but wasn't to be. No, 2.5 hours is not that far, especially if you cut it in half. That's only an hour and 15 minutes. That's just down the road in Australia. That's just going to the shops. Like everywhere that you go in Australia, it's so far apart. Everything's so empty, you know, especially when you go out away from the city. You drive for ages and ages and see nothing. There's just nothing. But seeing as Sydney's grown like a plague, the houses are spreading out more and more. So the population is actually, what's happening is we're getting 290,000 people a year that come into Australia, and I think 200,000 of them are heading to Sydney. So all the Australians are moving further out. Like we're selling our land at a premium in Sydney and then moving out into the country. And then they're buying the houses off us and then we're moving out further. So the money's sort of moving inland. Any old mining camps in Gemfield might find some good relics. Not too sure about old mining camps. I do know that there is a good place that me and a friend are going to go and try out called Boxvale Track. That's an old mining camp out there. And they had their own little railway line and everything to bring the stuff out. So we're going to go out there and check that out. There is an old mining camp out in Narrandera, but I'm not sure if you're allowed to go out there with an. No, you're not, because it's waterboard, and you're not allowed to take a metal detector in waterboard or national park. AC Omega, that's good knowledge to have if it's real or fake. There's a lot of that going around. Yeah, it's hard to say, Aussie. You don't really see old camps around. Most of them would be on private property these days, and you don't see them much. Not in New South Wales. It's all it's getting so busy here now. Am I the pirate from SpongeBob? No, I'm not. I'm Silverbeard, the garage sale pirate. SpongeBob. Yeah. No, I can't wait to go out and do some more prospecting for gems. I love it. There's nothing better, especially when you get like you have the two sizes. You've got your big sieves, so you got bigger holes, and then your small ones. You always nearly find one in the small sieves, but finding one in the bigger sieves is a lot harder. And when you find one in that the feeling you get is just like, whoa! SpongeBob don't live here. Nah. uh, Oh, that's better than the one I got the other day. I had a guy come in and start asking me, do I wear diapers? because I got the pirate hat on, and so I banned him. And next thing you know, he came back in with all these other channels, like all these Trump channels, and there was Trump CNN and Trump this and Trump that, and they were all trumping me. Night, Nick. Thanks for coming, mate. Yeah, that was a funny one. I got interviewed by the Trumpers. They're all asking me Trump questions. Trump this, Trump that. What do you think about Trump? What is this? Trump, Trump, Trump. They all left me alone after about, I think it was about 10, 15 minutes. I got interviewed by the Trumpers, and then they all left me alone. I must have answered correctly or something. I don't know. So I'm not a big fan of SpongeBob. It actually annoys me a bit, that cartoon. The girls don't even like it. You know, that's one good thing. They like nearly every cartoon, but they do not like SpongeBob. So I'm pretty happy with that. Don't let comb over bother you. I couldn't do a comb over if I tried. I'd have to. Hang on, I might nearly get there. I reckon the comb overs are the funniest thing you could ever see. Like, if you're bald, just embrace it and be happy. There's no point worrying about it. It's not like combing a bit of hair over it's going to cover it up or anything. It's just going to make it more obvious and make people laugh at you, I think. You're a beauty, Trump sucks. Looks like he's in a bit of trouble at the moment. All that's on news at the moment is Trump this, Trump that. It's getting a bit boring. I wish they'd put some other news on. That's why I don't watch it anymore. That's why I'd rather go on and watch someone's live stream and chat to someone on live. Yeah, our prayers for Susie Silver giveaways. We hope she's all right. Peace dollars very first made in World War One. Yeah, I like my peace dollars. They're quite a cool coin. I I gave one away in my shout out competition, and Step Stacker won it. Step Stacker is a great channel. If you haven't seen a funny channel, you got to check out his channel. It's funny as. Step Stacker won it, and he decided to give it to the girls. So he gave it away to the girls. That was very nice of him. Found it buried. Awesome. We'll check it out, mate. I'll check out that package video. Silver giveaways are always packages I love getting. Always. Oh, it's here! It's here! I can't wait. And we run up and we set up. But I always want to get in and open it up straight away, but I've always got to wait until the whole family's at home. Like the whole family gathered around for opening silver giveaways packages. It's like Christmas for us every time it comes. Peace dollars. So, Omega, would you rather a Morgan or a peace dollar? I know I'd rather a Morgan. Some people prefer peace dollars because their premium's not as high as a Morgan, and you're still getting a similar amount of silver. I actually like the design of the piece dollar more than the Morgan. Like, it looks prettier in my opinion, but I still like the Morgan because it's historical, if you know what I mean. Like, it goes back a long way. You read my mind about silver giveaways and Christmas. Yeah, it is, Janine. It's awesome. I love it. Morgan's all the way. Yeah. Yeah, you haven't got my package yet, found it buried? You should get it soon, mate. Everyone else is just about got their one, so your one should be there soon. I saw your video you did, Janine. That was cool. The captain and I picked out all the jewellery for everyone. We went through and thought about it. You know, we put a lot of thought into what we sent people. Oh, I think I better go and do some housework before the captain comes home. Better go and clean up. Been awesome chatting to everyone, but I think I better go before I get into big trouble. All right, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for coming. Thanks for chatting. It was good to get what happened with the snake off my chest. Telling everyone how scared I was. That was pretty frightening, you know. Like, hey, Fred Carson. It's pretty scary when you see a deadly snake like that coming straight for you. Oh, you're welcome, Janine. Thank you very much for everything you do for everyone, Janine. We all appreciate you. All right, everybody. I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for coming. Bye.